What's up, you guys? It's your boy 555 Kareem, and I'm back again with another video. This video is going to be a Paris Fashion Week recap. I was going to do a vlog, but this is the start of my Paris Fashion Week. It's a lot going on in my household. I wasn't really recording that much because I was so in the moment. So I'm just going to recap everything, and I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how you can navigate through Fashion Week. So first up, I attended Men's Fashion Week this past January. It was on January 21st through the 26th. I was there from the 21st and I left on the 26th, and I got invited to a few shows. I think I had something to do each day that I was there, and let me tell you guys how I actually got invited to the show. So if you don't know, I'm a fashion and style content creator, and I have a pretty big following across all my platforms. I have about 276,000 TikTok subscribers, 46,000 Instagrammers, and I have 3,700 YouTube subscribers, and the numbers are growing. The numbers are always constantly growing. So the way I'm attending these fashion shows is I'm really reaching out to PR agencies, and I'm emailing them, telling them I'm a fashion and style creator. I have a really engaged community, and they love discovering new fashion. Here's the hint, you guys. In order to find contacts for a lot of these brands, you really just go on the brand site and click on the contact button, and it's always a press email, some type of email, and I really just reach out through the emails. I just send them an email. Depending on what the email says, mine's really just says I'm a fashion and style creator. I'm also a stylist. I would love to attend your fashion show and showcase it to my audience. They would really love it. It would be really great and engaging for your brand, and it would give you a new audience as well. And here's another tip, you guys. I'll also use ChatGPT a lot to create these draft emails for me before I send it to the brand, and that really helps a lot. You guys, you have to use all of your tools. All of the tools accessible to you, you have to use it. So that means using your social media account, using ChatGPT, searching for brands, searching for emails, searching through people's Instagram, because a lot of the time it's PR agents. These fashion shows and these fashion houses work with PR agencies. If they're not an in-house PR, they're working with a larger PR agency. So you really have to figure out who's working for that PR. So I would say just search and find PR agencies. Here are a few top ones that you need to know. KCD Worldwide, Purple PR. While I was in Paris, I was working with this PR agency called Totem Fashion, and they got me into the Cadillac show and the Walter Van Buyendonck show. I'm really just connecting and building your network. Literally, your network is your net worth. Your network is your biggest asset in this industry, and you have to build these connections and meet these PR people, meet these PR agents, and just really get to know them, build an actual connection so you can get on the PR list and you can get invited to these shows. So yeah, talking about more getting invited to shows, if I personally didn't receive an invitation to the show, it was me reaching out to the brand and emailing them. And a lot of the times, on the CFDA website, you can see what time the show is, and sometimes on the brand's Instagram, they'll post a flyer with the address, and all it really takes is just showing up, because a lot of the times, at the end, they're always looking for people. They're always looking for extra people to fill seats, and they may let you in majority of the time, not majority of the time, a lot of the time they'll let you in to be a seat filler. You just have to show up early and tell them you're a seat filler, or you can try and sneak in. That's another thing. Sneaking in is really big at these shows too, and it's easier than you think with sneaking into fashion shows, because they give an address. It's all about what you say and the cards you play. But overall, I reach out to a lot of PR through email, and that's how I gain access to these shows. I use my social media accounts to my advantage, and I'm always telling them I have a very big following. I have a very engaged audience, and they like to hear that a lot of times. Views are literally a sense of currency these days. So if you have a social media account with a lot of views, reviews, definitely mention that because brands love to hear it. They love exposure, especially free exposure. That's the one thing. When you're asking these brands to attend these shows, like it's kind of like free exposure for the brand. So remember to always mention that. So talking more about Paris Fashion Week, I landed there on the 21st, and that day I had two shows. I had the Valet show, I think that's how it's called, Valet Studios, and then I had the Cadille show. I was so jet lag from the flight, you guys, and I was knocked on the flight. I'm not even gonna lie. I took 2 sleeping pills and I literally KO'd on the flight. Like, I was so tired. Even when I landed at like 7 in the morning. I was staying right near the Eiffel Tower, and my hotel check-in wasn't until like 1, so I pretty much landed, just got some breakfast, and then checked in. All right, you guys, so I'm currently at this like pizzeria. I'm just getting a pizza because I don't really know where to go to get food at. So I'm just like, everywhere else I was passing was giving like bar. And I'm like, this is the only place that I could recognize that said pizza and pasta. So it's giving pizza and pasta. And I got a Fanta. I'm gonna eat this, take a quick nap, and then I have a presentation at, my hair feels so dry. I have a presentation at 5:30, and then I have a show at 6. So I'm gonna eat this, take a nap, and then get ready for that. So I'll see you guys when I'm getting dressed. And I took a nap. I ended up missing my first show of the day, the Valet Studio show, and I regretted. It looked so good. I'm gonna like insert screenshots or pictures or whatever. The show looked so cool, so fire, and I ended up missing it. Ouch. I look crazy probably. I'm tired, but I have this event. I bought them. I bought these to wear on the flight, and I took 2 sleeping pills, and I was so knocked on the whole flight. Like, never know that you can walk like a human, a woman go mad. They're hard to put on. These are hard. Like, honestly, you guys, I was on the plane, and I was really like, what the fuck am I even... What am I even doing out here in Paris? Like, I couldn't believe that I was coming back to Paris again for Fashion Week. Like, sometimes, this is like my 4th time being in Paris, but it still feels kind of surreal. But I did make the one that I really wanted to go to, which was the Cadille show. And I'm so honored and blessed that I did get invited to go to the Cadille show. It was super dope because Cadille is actually a brand that I wear, and I wore it to the show. The show is really cool. It's a Japanese inspired brand, so they tried to really incorporate that Japanese heritage into the show this time. They had like a live Japanese band playing. The clothes were phenomenal. The hair was like literally the best part of the show to me. The hair was so cool. And then at the end of the show, they made it like super live and interactive, where like the crowd could go dance with like the live band that they had. We could actually see the clothes up in person, and it was just super cool. It was a super cool show. And then after that, I stopped by some random pop-up, like I don't even remember. Like, the pop-up was super random. It was just like a bar. I thought it was gonna be like clothes or something. Also, let me tell you guys, you can also find out about events through this website called 10 Days in Paris. Whenever it's Paris Fashion Week, they're always posting like all the events that are happening, the address to the events, and they even tell you like your chances of sneaking in. It'd be like you have like a 15% chance of sneaking into the event. So that's another thing you guys should be on the lookout for. It's a site called 10 Days in Paris, and they always have Paris Fashion Week events. So yeah, pretty much after that, I headed back to my hotel room, and then I changed because I went out. I went to the 424 after party at Silencio. It was pretty cool. It was a lot of creators there. It was a lot of cool artists there. I think Skepta was there. I think the whole ASAP mob. No, not the whole ASAP mob was there. I think it was Skepta, ASAP Nast, and it was a lot of cool people there nonetheless. And then I went home at like 5 in the morning because what did I have to do? Oh, because the next day was the Walter Van Buyerndock show. All right, you guys, so it's the second day here and I've already like done some stuff. Well, I haven't done anything. I just went to Starbucks. I woke up at like 12, went to Starbucks. I had a late night last night, got back in at like 5, and now I'm on the way to the Walter Van Buyerndock show, so this should be fun. And yeah, I'll hit you guys when I get there. Awesome, huh? And you guys, I didn't have an invitation to the show, but Walter Van Buyerndock posted the address to the show on their Instagram, and I was like, I'm just gonna take the chance and pull up, and that's what I did. And I was a little skeptical at first because they were like looking at names, and they were looking at names on the guest list and asking if you had an invitation. But before I went, I was like DMing the Walter Van Buyerndock team, and I was asking like, hey, is it possible for me to attend the show? And somebody DM'd me back and they was like, just pull up, that's your best chance. So when I got there, I showed the PR agent who was checking names on the guest list. I just showed him my DMs like with the team, and I was like, somebody from the team told me to just pull up, and he let me in, and I was able to go to the Walter Van Buyerndock show. And I'm super grateful for that because I love the brand Walter Van Buyerndock. Like, I collect their pieces, so to be able to go to their fall winter 25 show was super amazing, super cool. The show was so dope. It was like aliens, like with these little fingers, and then we got to go up close and personal and like actually see the models and see the details with the clothes. They were sitting on like these cool little couches. He collaborated with an artist for these couches, and I ended up meeting the artist that he collaborated with on the couches, and I got to sit on the couches, and it was so cool. It was such a really cool experience. I also met like a lot of my followers too as well. So the Walter Van Buyerndock show was super cool. It was definitely a 10 out of 10. And then after that, I was looking on the 10 Days in Paris, and it was another fashion show called Songgeo, if I'm saying that right. And again, you guys, I didn't have an invite to this show either, but I knew where the address was, so I was just like, all right, I'm gonna pull up to this one as well. And that's what I did. When I got to the front, remember what I told you guys about sneaking in? This is bad to do, but the PR agent lady at the front, she was checking names on the like iPad, and I can see everything she was typing in. And I know my name wasn't on the list, and I have like a pretty unique name, Kareem. Like, not many people have that name, so I was just like, John. And then I seen all of the Johns that popped up on the list, and I just told her one of the names that was on the list, and she let me in, and I got to go see another show that day. And like, I was super satisfied. I was like, 2 shows, I'm having a great day, and I got to see one of the shows that I actually really wanted to see. So this day, but the Songgeo, that brand is super avant-garde. It kind of reminds me of Comme des Garçons, but the pieces were amazing nonetheless. Like, that show was super cool. And that's the one thing about Fashion Week that I love, is discovering new brands and seeing new clothes, because it makes you fall in love with new brands, and like, it helps you discover new things in different brands. So I'm super glad that I actually went to go see that show. It was super cool, and now I'm super invested in the brand. And pretty much after that, I just like walked home in the Paris rain. I was like so high on that I just was able to go see those 2 shows. I was super high, super happy. So I was like, I'm gonna walk past the Eiffel Tower, and I ended up getting a little bit sick from doing that walk in the rain, but it was so worth it because, you know, Paris is so magical, especially like during Fashion Week at nighttime in the rain, walking under the Eiffel Tower. It's so magical and it's so cool. But the next day, what did I do the next day, you guys? I don't think I had anything planned for the next day. Oh yeah, the next day was the Rick Owens show, and unfortunately I slept through the whole Rick Owens show. Like, I was gonna pull up. Rick Owens always has his show at Palais de Tokyo, when I was staying like literally right across the street from there, and I was gonna pull up, but I didn't. I slept through it, and I could have got in because my friend Ma G, who I ended up seeing later on this day, he went to the show. But I pretty much was just chilling in my hotel room this entire day. day until, again, my friend Ma G, he was having an event this day, so he just invited me to his event, and I actually had a really good time at his event. I ended up meeting 2 really cool people at the event. I actually met everybody at the event. It was super dope. I made so many really cool connections. He was having a showroom pop-up. That's what it was. He was having a showroom pop-up, and I met so many dope creatives at this event. It was super dope. I'm super thankful. I'm super thankful to you, Maji, if you're watching this. Thank you for inviting me to your event. Thank you for showing me such a good time in Paris. I met so many dope people, made so many cool connections. After the event, I ended up going with someone that I met at the event named Amy, and we just went to Soho House for the night, and that's pretty much where I ended the day. That's pretty much where I ended the day off at. I left from there at like 1 in the morning because I was feeling kind of sick from the night before that walk in the rain. But I left Soho House, and then it was the next day, and again, this was just another chill day. But my friend Sheba from London, she did connect me with 7th Showrooms. It's a brand called 7th. I'm gonna like insert it here, but she got me connected with somebody that works at the showroom, so I ended up going to the showroom, and that was something that I really wanted to do in Paris as well, was make connections with a lot of different showrooms. One of my goals is to be a stylist, so as a stylist you need like a lot of connections with a lot of different showrooms, and that was something that I was really pushing and striving to do, was go to showrooms and make deeper connections with brands, because you know you guys, shows are so hectic and it's kind of hard to connect at shows. So showrooms is really where you meet like the PR team, the designer, the creative team, the wholesale team, the whole internal team, and the whole internal team to a brand. You meet them at showrooms. So I really wanted to go to as many showrooms as possible and connect with like a lot of different brands, a lot of different designers, and that's what I did. I'm so thankful to Sheba too for hooking this showroom visit up, because I connected with the brand 7th. I got some emails. That's another thing, you guys, when you go to these events, make sure you get emails, make sure you get PR emails, because you need a contact. Like the main thing about these networking events are networking, telling people you have an audience, telling people you have a platform, and getting an email so you can connect and work later in the future. Like, that's the most important thing. It's not about the free drinks. It's not about showing off your outfit. It's about connecting with other creatives for work later on in the future. Like, that's the whole purpose of Fashion Week, is connecting for future work, because you're seeing future collections. Like, it's a lot of stylists there, PR, magazine, journalists, like they're all there doing work and like making connections for future work. So like, that's really important, you guys. It's really important to network and make these connections at these events. And like, fashion shows and showrooms and Fashion Week are the best time to make your networks in the fashion industry, because that's when everybody that works in the fashion industry is all coming together and all going to be in one place at one time. So I went to the 7th showroom and I made that connection there, and then afterwards it was a Stone Island party that I tried to get into, but I didn't, and I wasn't playing no games. Like, I'm not trying to be like scrambling to get into events, because it was also wet and cold and rainy in Paris too. So I was like, all right, I can't get into this party. And then I think I just called it that day, and then it was the next day, that was Friday. Yeah, so the next day was Saturday, which was my actual last day in Paris. And I actually had a few events lined up. Like, it was a few things that I wanted to go do, but it was actually one thing that I actually got invited to, and that was the Creole show. And Creole is an LGBTQIA designer, and he pushes the boundaries of men's fashion. And the show was so freaking dope. It made me be like, all right, it's time to start getting my summer body together, because I'm trying to wear these pieces. But no, the show was super dope. The clothes were amazing. All of the models were hot. And then after that, this was Saturday the 25th. So it was like 2 really big shows after that. It was the Charles Jeffrey Loverboy and the Kids Super Studios. And when I tell you guys, I was sending so many emails to both of these brands trying to get into the shows. Like, I was like, yo, where's the location to the Kid Super show? Where's the location to the Charles Jeffrey Loverboy show? Like, I was DMing Kid Super so much. I was like, can I attend the show? Can I attend the show? This is my last night here in Paris. That'll be amazing. And then 1 hour before the Charles Jeffrey Loverboy show, they like posted on their Instagram saying it was going to be at the Dover Street Market in Paris. And I was like, I'm going. So I got dressed and I was like, I just pulled up to the Dover Street Market in Paris, and I was like, hopefully that meant it was an open invitation because they're posting the address. But it wasn't an open invitation. Like, they had a PR agent checking guest list names, and I was just like, once again, you guys, I was just like, my name is John, and I seen a John on the list, and I was like, that's me. And they let me into the Charles Jeffrey Loverboy show, and I'm so happy I went to that show. Like, that was one of the biggest shows that I went to this Paris Fashion Week. Besides Walter was really cool, but Charles Jeffrey Loverboy, it was like a boxing match type of fight show. I don't know, it was super cool, and I'm super glad that I went there because I really got to understand Charles Jeffrey Loverboy as a brand. If you guys don't know what Charles Jeffrey Loverboy is, it's that brand who make the beanies with like the bunny ears and the cat. A lot of people are wearing the brand, and I don't think they fully know and understand what the brand represents, because Charles Jeffrey Loverboy is a LGBTQIA brand, and he's also an artist. And I didn't know that, but at this show he performed a song, and it actually helped me see in depth about the brand and like the brand's ethos and the message that the brand is trying to get across, and like what being a lover boy actually is. And like, I'm super appreciative that I actually got to be there and witness the show in person, and actually see the show and feel the feelings and see the clothes in person and see the vision that the creative director and the designer was trying to portray. Like, it was such a cool show, and I'm super grateful, happy, and thankful that I was able to attend. It was honestly one of the highlights of my Paris Fashion Week. Then after that, I just went to like some random little restaurant around the corner, and I tried to go to some after parties, but you know, I'm a nobody, you guys, so my name wasn't on no guest list for no parties. So I was just like, you know, I'm satisfied. I went to all of the shows that I really wanted to go to. I made a lot of dope connections. I got a lot of emails, so I'm just gonna go home and call this fashion week a wrap. And that's what I did. The next day it was time for me to leave Paris, and I left Paris, and I was like, I feel super accomplished. This was honestly a great trip. I'm super appreciative that I'm able and blessed to be able to go to Paris Fashion Week again, for Paris for Fashion Week. Like, this is like my third season going to Paris Fashion Week, and it's honestly a blessing being able to do this. And I wouldn't be here without you guys, my supporters, my fans, and everybody that just watches my videos. So I do want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you guys for all of the support that you've shown along the way, and we're still going up, you guys. Paris Fashion Week, it was amazing to say nonetheless, and I will be back again for another Paris Fashion Week. And I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope you guys like learn to really network yourself, reach out to these brands, because you miss every shot that you don't take, and it's all just worth trying. Like, you know, just follow your dreams. Like, that's what I'm doing. Never give up on your dreams, because they're closer than you think. And yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and yeah, peace out.